Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. This is Marilyn Gale. I am going to bring you just a story or an article that really took me aback. I was not expecting to read what I read, and I thought maybe a lot of my subscribers, a lot of viewers would like to hear it. It's the FBI reported since 2013, over 30,000 children under 10 has been arrested in the U.S. The recent arrest of two 6-year-old students in Orlando, which prompted outrage, and the firing of the officer who restrained one child's hands with flex cuffs mirrors a persistent problem confronting law enforcement and schools, with thousands of children being arrested annually and treated like mini adults, the experts say. Now, stunning annual crime statistics compiled by the FBI show that between 2013 and 2017, the most recent year for which complete data is available, at least 26,966 children under the age of 10 were arrested in the United States, and the numbers skyrocket for children between the ages of 10 to 12, with 228,017 arrested during the same 5-year time span, according to the data. Rules about the age children can be arrested vary around the world. In England and Wales, for instance, the age of criminal responsibility is 10, with alternative arrangements for those under 10. In Scotland, it is 8. In the United States, 34 states have no minimum age for delinquency, according to most recent data. While most of the rest have set the age of 10, according to the government data, the federal system prefers to defer to the state delinquency system for minors, according to the Congressional Research Service, although the federal tradition is reported to be 7. And 24 states have no minimum age to transfer juvenile cases to adult criminal court, according to the Department of Justice Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. While the rate of arrest of juveniles 10 to 17 has been on a steady decline in the United States since hitting a peak in the mid-1990s, and the arrests of those 12 and under represent a mere fraction of the total made annually in the U.S. This is ridiculous. If we are going to treat children like this, we better think very clearly about the ramifications, especially if we are so declined to stop the violence. Now, this was said by Lisa Thurrow, founder and executive director of Strategies for Youth in Cambridge, Massachusetts. An area of particular concern with juvenile arrests are those in school, especially how discipline affects those of different races and how officers are trained to deal with the children. Now, a 6-year-old was arrested for a tantrum. Marilyn Kirkland, and it's MER, that's very close to me, but it's not me, guys. It's Meralyn, Marilyn Kirkland, the grandmother of one of the 6-year-olds arrested this month in Orlando by a school resource officer, told ABC affiliate station WFTV in Orlando that her granddaughter, who is Black, was taken into custody on suspicion of battery when she alleged had a meltdown at school and ended up kicking a staff member. The girl was taken to the local juvenile-assessment-center, but when Kirkland went to get her, she said she was told that the child was being fingerprinted. I think when they said fingerprinted is when it hit home to me. Kirkland told WFTV, and I'm like, fingerprinted? And they said yes, and they escorted me into an office, and on the desk in that office were 2 mugshot pictures of my 6-year-old granddaughter. Kirkland said that if the school resource officer took the time to inquire, he would have learned that her granddaughter is prone to temper tantrums because she suffers from sleep apnea. Orlando Police Chief Roland, the police chief is Roland. I don't think his name is Orlando. Anyway, he announced last week that the school resource officer has been fired for alleged violating department policy by failing to get a supervisor's approval for arresting a child under the age of 12. Now, details on the arrest of another 6-year-old last week by the same officer who arrested Kirkland's granddaughter were not disclosed by Roland, who cited rules governing the privacy of minors. A top priority is to earn and protect the trust between the community and the officers, Roland said at the press conference. Because of this incident, the trust has been put in question. I apologize to the children involved and their family. Now, a 7-year-old boy emerged from a Miami Police Department backseat on January 26, 2018 in metal handcuffs while his mother videotaped and comforted him from just a few feet away. In July, a 10-year-old black boy was arrested on charges of aggravated assault after he threw a ball at another child's face during a dodgeball game on the playground of a suburban Detroit school. Officials said the charges were later dropped and prosecutors denied that race played a factor, as the boy's mom had charged. In August, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit ruled that a school's resource officer in Kansas City, Missouri, who handcuffed a crying 7-year-old boy for refusing to go to the principal's office and leaving him cuffed there. They say it was a reasonable course of action and did not violate the child's constitutional rights. According to a lawsuit filed by the American Civil Liberties Union against the school district, the boy, who has a hearing impairment, broke down and began hollering after he was asked to move next to another student who teased him. In January 2018, a 7-year-old boy was handcuffed at a Miami school and placed in a police car because, according to an incident report by the Miami school's police department, he misbehaved after a teacher told him not to play with his food. The district said he attacked the teacher and continued to fight her even after she restrained him. According to the chief of Miami Schools Police Department, cuffing a 7-year-old, while rare, was warranted to prevent his erratic and violent behavior from bringing further harm to himself or others. In August 2018, a school resource officer in Denton, Texas, was captured on his body camera video putting a 10-year-old boy who was autistic in handcuffs and holding him to the ground by the neck after he became after there was a problem with the teacher. When he was pulled out of a cubbyhole, he was hiding in the classroom, according to the police and the child's parents. In a written summary by Denton Independent School District, the boy was described as engaging in self-harming behaviors and that he engaged in physical, assaultive, and unsafe behaviors. The Denton Police Department Office of Professional Standards initiated a review of the incident and no violations were found. That was a statement by the city of Denton. Beyond these headline-grabbing incidents, there were hundreds more arrests and serious offenses, according to the FBI data. In 2017, 23 children under the age of 10 was arrested for rape, 13 for robbery, 52 for arson, and 362 for larceny and theft, including 9 for vehicle theft. Details of these cases were not immediately available. Now, that was not the end of the article. The article is a little more than twice as long as what I presented to you. I don't know what to think about this, guys, because I can see the teacher's standpoint in a lot of cases where the child get violent, but I can also see where, okay, these are 6 and 7-year-olds to be handcuffed, and one 7-year-old was put into the middle handcuffed. There was an autistic child involved where he was arrested, and the 6-year-old, where she threw a tantrum, she was suffering from sleep apnea. Now, how do they deal with that? In those cases, though, when they were arrested, the one particular officer was fired because they did not get approval to do that. Child under 10, you have to get approval for arresting a child. So one officer was actually fired. But it's like, guys, and I'm going to go someplace where you guys don't want to go. I'm really going to go someplace where you guys do not want to go. But I'm going to say it anyway. And you guys, if you disagree with me, let me know. Let me know your view on it. But when you stop letting prayer in the school, when you say that it is illegal to pray in school, and then you wonder why negative, and I'm going to put it this way for just a few, you guys. I'm going to put it a certain way. When negativity comes into school because there's no positive, what word do I want to use? Because there's nothing positive. I believe in prayer, guys. And I'm not trying to preach nobody. I'm not trying to convert nobody. I'm not trying to change your way of thinking. You think what you want to think, and you have your own views, and that's your right. But it's also my right to state my views and my opinions. Things started going downhill when prayer was taken out of school. If the parents at home try to chastise their kids and try to discipline and use corporal punishment, and a lot of people don't believe in corporal punishment. Now, don't beat your child to a pulp, but a little swat here and there, it's like, a child, some people don't believe in that, and that's you. Okay, but when I was growing up, and I'm old school, when I was growing up, I got a swat, and I tell you what, I have never been to jail. I've never been to prison. I barely got a traffic ticket, but that was a fix-it ticket because it didn't have my tags. So I just proved that I had my tags, and that was it. Some people might argue me down about this subject, but I stick to my guns. Everything does not deserve a SWAT. We know that. Time out, talking to your child, that's always the best way to go, in my opinion. But there are times that, you might get a little swat or something, just a little tag, something that wouldn't even hurt. And I think it hurts the child's feelings that, oh, mommy just is not pleased with me. I think that's more of a case than even trying to hit them hard to even make an impact. No, just a little swat to let the child know, I'm not pleased with your behavior. And that would be selective that I would do that. But I got mine, and like I say, I'm a law-abiding citizen. But I will tell you this. Although I know the teachers nowadays, I think they have it harder than back in the day. I really do. I think they have it much harder. However, when I was growing up, I don't even know the details. All I remember is I got slapped in the face by a teacher. And I'll leave that story at that, because back in the day, corporal punishment might have been okay in the schools, but it wasn't okay with my mom. Not okay. She need to be swatted, I'll do it, but you don't put your hands on my child. And that's the way it was with a lot of people I knew. You don't hit my child. See, because I love my child and I'm not going to beat my child to death. But, it's like you don't love my child. So leave the punishment for me, whatever it is, leave the punishment. And the thing about it, we did not back in the day, and I'm talking about me and my family, my siblings, we did not want to disappoint my mom or dad. We did not want to disappoint. So even for the teacher to call my mom or have her come up to school, we did not want that. So we gonna walk the straight and narrow. So, and you parents know, some of you guys, you just look at your child like, I know you're not doing that, and they straighten up. A lot of times it don't require any punishment because you kind of nipped it in the bud just by that look. And the child just settled down and sat down and did what they were supposed to do. And that's the way it was. Now things have changed now. A lot of things have changed where if a parent do certain things, somebody's calling, the child protective services. And then you send them off to school with their bad behavior, and then now the teacher have to deal with it. But I don't think, guys, in a lot of these cases, that's it. I don't even think it was a matter of the teacher. I think the officers kind of overstepped their boundaries by arresting children. Now, a lot of those children are going to be scarred for life. Now, all of this is how I feel. How do you guys feel? Are you for 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 10-year-olds being arrested, fingerprinted, mug shots, guys, mug shots? The little cute faces, turn to the right, turn to the left, look straight ahead. Mug shots, guys. Oh my God, I don't know. And we cannot predict, that child's going to grow up to be, some mass murderer or bully or what. We can't, predict that for every child. But to arrest a child and do all that, I don't know. I can't get with that, guys. I cannot get with that. And I know there's a problem, and I know that is not the solution by arresting. Now it's like, I don't know if that would even prevent them from doing wrong. At 6, 7 years old, I was arrested. I'm not going back to that place. Will that deter them? Or will that make them hard and insensitive to direction and authority? Will they revolt against any figure that's in authority because of what happened to them when they were a child? And this falls true not only in the United States, like I said earlier, other countries have their laws. 8 years old, 10 years old, they have their laws when they're saying, okay, what is the age of criminal responsibility? So it's just not United States, but this particular article concentrated more of the incidents that happened in the United States. Now, I just leave the question to you. What do you guys think? I really want to know your opinion, and you don't have to agree with me, guys. It's not going to hurt my feelings. In fact, say what you have to say respectfully. Say what you have to say, because I'd like to hear. You may have a point. You may have something. You may say something that, I did not factor in that. I did not look at that point of view. So it's not a personal dig, guys, if you disagree with me. And I hope some of you just don't think that I'm going to take it personal. Like I said, as long as you stay respectful, you got a point of view and an opinion that's important also. But I just can't get with it personally, my opinion. I just can't get with arresting 6 years old. And then, it could, instead of doing that, maybe some more tests has to be run. Okay, what's with this child with this kind of behavior? Something's going on, you know, and that's for a professional to determine, not the police, not the police. Okay, before you start arresting people, see, there's got to be a reason. Call that mom and daddy from work. Come get your child. Come get your child because they acting up. But to take a child and put them in a facility, and then you come in, okay, right now you can't see them because they're busy being fingerprinted. Oh, no. That's, that's something for Steven Spielberg or no, Stephen King, a movie. You guys are trying to do a child's play, making the child like they demon seeds. And I know, guys, I know the next thing somebody gonna think, well, some kids are kind of, mischievous. You guys probably won't say mischievous. Some of you guys bad as hell. And that would very well be true, but why are they misbehaving? Sleep apnea? God, that's I got insomnia, and that messes up with my grown folks' mind. You know what I'm saying, guys? So something got to be done. But I just found this article so interesting because that gave me I had not known about all of this. And I thought, I think I'm pretty enlightened about things, but I had no idea to the severity and the number of children. I mean, since 2013, over 30,000 children under the age of 10. And we're not even talking about those 6, 7-year-old, 8-year-old, whatever. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for joining me. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you with another article. And have a very good evening. Good night, everyone.